All right, let's get into it. Today, we're breaking down one of the most surreal, unsettling, and powerful stories ever written, Franz Kafka's The Metamorphosis. This one is, well, it's a bizarre ride, so let's just dive right in. So just imagine this for a second. You wake up, the alarm's about to go off, you've got work, but something is just wrong, really wrong. And it's not a bad dream. Nope, this is your new, horrifying reality. And that is exactly where our story kicks off.
And bam, there it is. One of the most famous opening lines in literary history. No build-up, no explanation, no warning at all. It just happens. Our main guy, Gregor Samsa, a totally normal traveling salesman, is now a giant bug. That one sentence kicks off this whole wild story about alienation, family, and, what it even means to be human.
Okay, so this is where it all starts. An unbelievable morning. I mean, the guy's reality is completely shattered, and this is the crazy part, his worries are exactly the same. Look at this bizarre disconnect. It's absolutely wild. On one hand, you've got his new reality, an armor-hard back, a ton of skinny little legs waving around. But what's he worried about? My train leaves at 5. He's worried about his boss, about paying off his parents' debt. Instead of freaking out that he's a giant bug, his brain is still stuck on the 9-to-5 grind. It's this perfect, dark, kind of funny but not funny thing Kafka does. His human brain is just trapped in there, obsessing over the daily pressures of life. So picture this. His family and even his manager are gathering outside his locked bedroom door. And Gregor? He's trying to calm everyone down. He's thinking, okay, I can fix this. In his head, he's forming these perfectly reasonable sentences, trying to tell them he's still the same old reliable Gregor, the good employee. But this is the first real gut punch of the story. Because what comes out of his mouth isn't his voice. It's just animal noises. The manager literally says, that was an animal's voice. The breakdown in communication is just instant and total. He's not Gregor anymore. He's a thing. And right there, that's when he becomes truly, utterly alone. So he's been barricaded from the world. His own father violently shoves him back into his room. And that's it. A whole new life of isolation starts. His family used to rely on him for everything. Now, they have to figure out what to do with the monster behind the door. At first, his sister Great steps up. She's the only one who takes care of him. And she tries, She brings him sweetened milk, which used to be his favorite drink. But now, he hates it. His body's changed, and so have his tastes. But here's the thing. She adapts. She figures out he now likes old, rotten food, so she brings him garbage. It's weird and sad, but it's still a form of caring, right? So Gregor's locked in his room, and he starts overhearing things. Turns out, his dad had been stashing away a secret chunk of money this whole time. Money that could have helped with the debt Gregor was killing himself to pay off. But even that isn't enough. Now that Gregor can't work, everybody has to get a job. The whole power dynamic in the family just flips on its head. And this is one of the most interesting parts of the whole story. As Gregor literally withers away, his father, he comes alive. This crisis gives him a purpose. The guy who was always exhausted and buried in bed is now standing up straight, wearing a sharp new uniform. It's like Gregor becoming less human somehow made his father more human, giving him all his strength back. And that newfound authority? It turns ugly, fast. One day, Gregor accidentally scares his mom, and his dad comes home and just loses it. He starts chucking apples at him. An actual apple gets lodged in Gregor's back, a serious injury that never heals. This isn't just ignoring him anymore. This is a violent, brutal attack from his own dad. So he's got this apple stuck in his back, rotting away. It's like a physical reminder of his family's rejection. And as time goes on, any pity the family had just sours. It turns into pure resentment. Gregor is no longer a son or a brother. He's a burden. Just look at how Greta's care completely decays over time. It's truly heartbreaking. In month 1, she's trying to give him his favorite drink. By month 3, she's kicking food into his room with her foot and just sweeping out the leftovers with a broom. She's done. The responsibility has totally worn her down, and that initial compassion is now just disgust, until finally she just says they have to get rid of it. Meanwhile, life just moves on, but without him. The family sells off their jewelry to get by. They hire a cleaning lady who doesn't even flinch. She just calls him an old dung beetle. And then they rent out a room to 3 boarders, and these guys basically take over the apartment. Gregor gets pushed further and further into the background. He's not even part of the family anymore, just a dirty secret they have to hide. But then, one night, something happens. Greta starts playing her violin for the lodgers. And that music, it cuts through all the insect stuff and reaches the human part of Gregor that's still buried in there. He totally forgets what he looks like. He just hears this beautiful sound and creeps out of his room, desperate for some kind of connection. And as he's listening, he's not a bug, he's just a brother. He remembers this secret dream he had to save up and send Greet to a music conservatory. He's imagining this beautiful moment with her. It's his last purely human moment, a dream about taking care of his sister, and it's all about to come crashing down. That moment, that beautiful dream, that was the calm before the storm. Because of course the lodgers see him, and the family's fragile new life just implodes. This is it, the beginning of the end. So the lodgers see him, and they are completely horrified. They announce they're leaving immediately, and yeah, they're not paying. That's it. That's the final straw. The money, the stress, it's all too much. And it's Greet, the one who cared for him, who just snaps. And listen to this. It's his own sister who delivers the final verdict. She won't even say his name. She says, "I will not utter my brother's name in front of this monster. We must try to get rid of it." It's not him anymore. It's just it. This is the ultimate rejection, and it comes from the only person who ever showed him a shred of kindness. But here's the most ironic, heartbreaking part of the entire story. Gregor hears all this, and he agrees with them, but not because he's a monster. He agrees out of love. He realizes he's become nothing but a burden, a source of pain for them, and so he decides, for their sake, that he has to disappear. He dies, all alone, and his very last thoughts are of his family with deep feeling and love. So what happens the next morning? The sun is shining, the family finds him dead, and they're relieved, just relieved. They take the day off, go on a trip out of the city, and start making plans for the future. And they look at their daughter Greet, and they don't see a girl who just lost her brother. They see a young woman who has blossomed. His death is their new beginning. And that leaves us with one last, big, haunting question to chew on. Was Gregor turning into a bug the real tragedy here? Or was it just the thing that pulled back the curtain and revealed what his family was really like all along? You know, their priorities, what they do to survive. It's that question that makes this story stick with you long, long after you're done.